Hi everyone, Scorp here, continuing the Duelist the Roses Gemini playthrough using insects, which is my favorite. Today we're going to probably finish this side of the campaign. I really don't want to do this too quickly, but I feel like this deck is just going to obliterate people. I enjoy savoring my time with insects. Unfortunately, opponents just kind of instantly lose the game to this deck for some reason. We'll send a Man-Eater Bug to the left over here, and it can go kill whatever card he decides to throw across this crushed terrain, because he usually does that. Since he likes to just send out a green capper or something over there. I'm going to face up defense this Pupa. I'm going to double equip it next turn, and then we pretty much just win the game from there. My other option is to have double equipped the Dragamo this turn, which is fine. Like, that's a fine play. I think, regardless of what I do, I think we just win, so... this costs me less HP, or less life points. But I don't think I'm terribly concerned about missing life points. This will make it cause even more damage, so just tears whatever that is, and then I'll attack it. It also plays around Green Kappa, because if he used a Green Kappa, it would get paralyzed and power decreased, which would be really good for us. Unfortunately for him, this is a 3,700 hit. There was like a small chance that I would have had lethal here, so maybe I should have drawn first and drawn an equip, but that goes against the whole trying to make this not become a complete blowout, so I could enjoy this a little more, but I mean, this duel's already over. Like, I hate to say it, but this duel is absolutely over. Oh hey, another Pupa. Look at me just playing another 4,000 attack beatstick. For literally nothing. I'm gonna face up defense this. I should have done this second, but oh, this game's over. This is just way too brutal. Hey, I lost 100 life points. Oh, that is a interesting set of cards in those slots. Well, time for reincarnation. I would really like to get this third arsenal bug, so that's what I'm gonna go for next. After that, I don't really know what to get for reincarnation targets. Because the next best things to put in the deck are either Gale Dobras, which would be more insects. And that would actually be low deck cost, which will help me for Bakura later. So I might just go that route. But the optimal cards are going for cards like Jowls of Dark Demise. So go ahead and reincarnate Moisture Creature, and I'll be right back. Okay, I didn't have to spend a million hours reincarnating for Arsenal Bug just because it's so much higher deck cost than Moisture Creature that it's kind of hard to get one, even though there's so few choices around there, around that cost. So now what do I want to take out of my deck for this? Oh yeah, I wanted to take out Great Moth. Great Moth is, unfortunately, it's also 8 stars, and Perfectly Ultimate is 8 stars, and is just 900 more attack. With the same effect, so usually you just want to not use Great Moth. So unfortunately the card's not going to see much use, but Great Moth is still a pretty solid card. It's just unfortunately not as solid as some of these other cards. Now, we're playing Insects, which I want to say, Pyros destroy, or just make basically everything that's strong on forest terrains, have a really bad day, except for Insects. For some reason, Insects can they just don't care that this guy sets the forest on fire. And this is a pretty big creature. There's 2 plays here. I'm just gonna put Peep of Moth in face of defense because I don't think I need the Perfectly Ultimate for attack. I think I can just use it to be the ultimate win condition, which should be fine. Oh, well. Oh, he played 1 Flame Cerberus. I really wish there was a way to make his AI not do that. It doesn't do it when he's controlling the other set of creatures, so I don't know why he does it, but he just does. And it's unfortunate. I'm just gonna pass. I can play another Arsenal Bug next turn, and that's gonna be enough to probably win the game. Okay, he didn't move to attack with the Molten Behemoth, which is just a shame. I'm gonna do as much damage as I can here. I could technically have just waited a couple turns and then they instantly won the game anyways, but... We'll flip up Tears, because that way he'll attack it. Unfortunately, Maneater Bug's effect means that I won't kill if I attack with Maneater Bug. So instead, I'm going to get rid of this Maneater and bonk him with literally any other creature. Or I could flip Maneater and have it attack next turn, but that's slow. So just summon a creature, literally anything, and goodbye. Unfortunately for Richard, he is not very strong. I mean, pretty accurate to his actual combat prowess, per the game's lore. So that's 2 down this episode. Opponents are really not... They can't really stand up to insects very well. Just the overall card quality is just way too high. Also, I haven't done the Javelin Beetle fusion yet, at all. And it's just because I haven't drawn the Quagga Hercules and the Hercules Beetle at the same time. I've been wanting to do the fusion for Javelin Beetle, and it's just not happening. Maybe at some point I'll draw them. Honestly, they're probably the next 4 cards that are coming out of the deck. But trying to stick around 1,000 deck cost, this is pretty much what you'd want from an insect deck right now. If you had the ability to go higher, if you were playing like a 1200 or something format, there are some substitutions you'd make. You definitely want to take out the Hercules Beetle and the Quagga Hercules for probably Gale Dogras. If you were wanting to go lower, you might want to do it anyways, just for summoning power reasons. I'm probably going to need a new controller soon. We'll just send a Tears of the Mermaid at him, and this game is probably over. This is probably Giga over. I mean, it's definitely Giga over, but like, I'm just saying this is not going to be good. This is not going to be pretty at all. I'm just gonna face up defense this Larva of Moth. I want to see what his creature is before I Arsenal bug it. Out of some semblance of collection. Sure. I know that's a monster, so... but that also did just check for me that he doesn't have a Mirror Force or anything really silly. Oh, hey, Geet Deeg. And he played 4 stars last turn, so... what did he play last turn? Or, he played 3 stars last turn. Which... I don't remember what's in his deck that's 3 stars. He might actually kill this pupa, by the way, but that's probably not the biggest problem. Well, he's dead. I have pretty much lethal guaranteed here. Oh, an MBD. Goodbye. Yeah, goodbye, Kaiba. I want to just say that this is brutal. was not nice. I would also say that you could definitely put a single copy of Gate Deeg in this deck, and it wouldn't be too far out of place. But yeah, Kaiba can't really stand up to the strength that you can put out with insects on basically every single turn. Like, as you guys could see, I got over an MBD without any issue. Okay, so go ahead and save. Let's try to beat up Menowidin Fabelier. One of the biggest pains that we'll have to deal with. So basically everything in our deck is not going to do well on crush terrain, so... Oh, goody. Probably use a Cocoon of Evolution to deal with that. Tears of the Mermaid will also work. I figured that was the case. I also kind of figured it was a Corbin's Eye. Okay. It's the Mirror Force. Well, if my opponent's not going to play anything... Rude. Oh. Hey, he played a Pug'em. Okay. Hey, buddy. Mine's bigger. I'm kind of scared about him playing a moisture creature and just killing me now. Okay. Got a Gravity Bind out of the way. Oh, actually he's dead, isn't he? Ouch. Those, my opponent just chose to not do anything. Although, I guess he did play a perfectly ultimate. Unfortunately for him, just having a perfectly ultimate is not enough to stop this insect deck. I believe perfectly ultimate's probably the strongest card in the game for 8 stars. That's why he has it. And honestly, if that AI knew what it was doing, it could have done a whole lot of damage to me. But that's a huge if. I wish there was a way to make an AI actually super dangerous, but, I mean, it would be starting with a deck like his, but getting the AI to actually use a deck properly is maddening, honestly. So that's the completion of this side. I mean, we pretty much just blew through every opponent but Weevil in 2 episodes very quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and restart the emulator so I don't have to sit through all of this. And I'll be right back. And we're back. And the game just automatically loads into that screen, which is great. Now, we have to be under 795 deck cost. We also have a reincarnation available. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to reincarnate for a Gale Dogra and be right back. So, we got ourselves a Gale Dogra. That'll help us lower our deck cost. We need to lower it by 200. So unfortunately, these Arsenal bugs, probably 2 of them need to go. And I mean, honestly, the easiest thing to do is just to remove all 3 Arsenal bugs and then put in cheap cards. And then we'll put cards back in. Also in that reincarnation, we got Laughing Flower, which this is one of the most powerful cards in the game. It's just hard to use. Laughing Flower is change of heart on a stick. And it just, like, you should put 3 of these in your Rose Vector decks. Just saying. And I think plants are probably a pretty decent archetype because of how cheap they are, so you could probably put in, like, 3 Rariokus or something. Or whatever. But cards like this are just, situationally, I mean, you can fuse this off with a Fiend into Rose Vector, but if you have the right situation come up, Laughing Flower can literally just end the game. So, just my small piece about that card. Taya is intentionally low deck cost, so that you have to at least play down to her level a little bit. In this version of the game. Unfortunately for her, we are insects, so we are going to pretty much obliterate her. Hopefully we have a Jiraigomo. We got a Cursebreaker, which will work just fine. Fusion plus 2 equips? Oh no, double fusion plus an equip. Okay. That's solid. Unfortunately, her AI doesn't really understand how her deck works, but I probably don't want Petite Moth. This might be a mistake, but I think I'll be fine without it. So this creature in her leader range is 2800. Yeah, fairies are terrifying. She destroys zombies and fiends, basically. So, be cautious of that. And she's basically equipping everything, which is even more terrifying. Well, of course we draw the Cocoon of Evolution now that I discarded the Petite Maw. Oh no. I'm gonna push my leader forward, even though it's terrifying. I want to get to this dark field if I can. My Quagga Hercules is about to die. To like a 3800, yeah. I need another Curse Breaker, which is terrifying. Although, if I draw a Jiraigamo, I'll be fine. Or a Maneater. Yeah, Jiraigamo, let's go. Jiraigamo has, like, the most broken effect in this game, so... Definitely 10 out of 10, do recommend. Bye, Happy Lover. It's a shame you don't understand how your own effect works. Well, that was quite brutal. Feel a little bad for Taya here. If you wanted to make any sort of light deck, she is your one-stop shop in the challenge version of this mod. So she has an incredibly good deck. It's just the AI doesn't understand how to use it appropriately, which is just quite a shame. And there's no way to get the AI to actually use that deck properly. I have been asked to use that deck at some point, though, so there might be a point in time here where I use elves and how broken they are. But, I mean, that's getting close to 30 minutes, and we cleared out the majority of one side, and we started on another. So I think that's going to have to do it for today. So thank you all for watching, and have a nice day.